Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Good morning, everyone. I hope have a nice day. And then today I'm Abubakar Sidik as the moderator who will guide the discussion the discussion activity. And then today the topic we will talk about the technology. And then before the discussion begins, I will introduce the presenter and the note taker. The presenter, uh, but our sister, Mbak Fauzia Nurmalasari, is a presenter, and then our brother Sofian Bima Prabowo is the note taker. And then the arrangement of our discussion today is the first opening, and then presentation of the material, and then Q&A session, and then conclusion and closing. And then the rule actually as we have 16 minutes for our discussion, and then from presentation of material for 20 minutes, and then Q&A session 20 minutes also, and then conclusion 5 minutes. And then the fields is opening. Let's open our discussion today by reading basmalah together. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. And then next is the presentation of the material. And then reminder for presenter, you have 20 minutes for your presentation. For Mbak Fauzia Nurmalasari, it's your time.
Thank you, Abubakar, for giving me the time to start the presentation. Before I start the presentation, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam.
Now let me tell you about technology. Technology is everything that helps us do something easily and comfortably. Why technology is crucial these days? Because since this pandemic started, technology is a must for communication and get other things. And the next slide is there are 4 parts of this presentation. First is the short history of technology. Second is types of technology. The third is technology schools, and the last is technology's benefits. Okay, and the next is will be about short history of technology. First is prehistoric times. Second, the ancient times. Third, from the Middle Ages time to modern era. The fourth, the era of Industrial Revolution. The fifth is in the 20th century, and the rest is technological developments in the 21st century. Okay, now I will tell you about the first time is prehistoric times. According to the archaeology, there are 3 ages. First is Stone Age. As we can see in this picture, there are kinds of stones. And the second is Bronze Age. At that time, there's development from the stone turned into bronze. And the last is Iron Age. Uh, this is only the example of iron tools. And the second times is the ancient times. Is divided into three times. First is the civilization of Egypt ancient, and this is the sample of inheritance is Sphinx in Egypt, and the second is the civilization of Greek ancient. The sample of inheritance is Antikythera mechanism. And the last is the Roman civilization. The sample of inheritance of these times is Colosseum in Rome. And the third times is from the Middle Ages times to modern era. First is Islamic civilization. At that time, there was a famous person. His name is Ibn Sina or Avicenna. And the second time is the European Middle Age or Castle era. At that time, where there were a lot of castle appeared, and the third is Renaissance era. At that time, there was a famous person too. His name is Johannes Gutenberg. He is the inventor of a printer machine. And the last is colonization era. That time, famous of this cartography because there were many Europeans explore and exploited a large area of the world. And the fourth time is era of the industrial revolution. At that time, there was a famous person too. His name James von Bredowett, who is the first inventor of what steam engine. And the fifth times is in the 20th century. There were some invention like DNA and microwave, and there were also the times where an astronaut could reach for the moon, and starting time of the internet was being used. And the last is technological developments in the 21st century. At that time, nowadays, there are some robots made for different purposes. Example, rover that created by NASA is made to explore the Mars, and the robot that can take the steps by using sensors. And the last is the touchscreen technology. Okay, the second part is types of technology. Is divided by 7. First, technology in economics. Second, technology in food sector. Third, information technology. Fourth, communication technology. And the fifth, transportation technology. And the sixth, medical technology. And the last is educational technology. And I will tell you one by one. First, technology and in economics. As we can see in this picture, there's some examples of e-commerce brand like Tokopedia and Shopee. And the second is technology input sector. As we can see in this picture, like making of cheese, milk, yogurt, ice cream, and etc. And in the third is information technology. As we can see here, now nowadays we can easily to send information to our family or our friends just using gadget. And the fifth is communication technology. It's like in this picture, there are some examples like handphone or cell phone, television, radio, and fax. And the fifth is transportation technology. It's like in this picture, there are some examples like motorcycle, bicycle, train, bus, plane, helicopter, and etc. And the sixth is medical technology. There are two examples of this Iprodia and Peduli Lindungi. As usually now we often to use the Peduli Lindungi because when we go out somewhere or go to public areas like go to mall or our campus, we must scan the barcode of our certificate vaccine in Peduli Lindungi. And the last is educational technology. As usually we submit like our assignment or we fill our attendance list. We always use this e-learning. And about English discoveries, when we when we in first semester, we usually get the assignment from there to practice our English. Okay, and the third topic is for technology school. For the first is to help people do something easier, and the second to increase and develop creativity. The third is to help people do something effectively, and the last topic is benefits of technology. First, we can get the information and to communication easier. The second, we can gain our knowledge, and the last is we can get more entertainment. Okay, I think that's all for my presentation. Thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, thank you very much, Mbak Fauzia Nurmalasari, for your presentation today. All right, my friends, and then we have listened to the presentation of the material, and then today we have get many information about the technology, the role of Q&A session. Okay, I open two session in this Q&A session. The first session, 3 questions, and then the second session, 3 question 2. Okay, each question I give two or three response of the question, and then I hope the audience will be calm during the discussion process. And then please, for the audience who want to ask the question, I invite you to read your question. Please, for the audience who want to ask the question.
I want to ask.
Okay, the first question.
Okay, I'm Anissa Aulia Urahma. I want to ask about what are some example of technology in education during this pandemic?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Can you repeat your question?
Yes. What are some example of technology in education during this pandemic?
Who is who asked a question just now?
Anissa Aulia.
Okay, the next question, please. There are still two questions.
I want to ask.
Okay, please,
Okay,
Mbak Sylvia.
okay, my name is Nurmalasari. So I want to ask two presenter. In your opinion, what are the benefits of technology advance that you can feel now? Thank you.
I'm sorry. What are you?
Can I read the question in chat Zoom?
I'm sorry for the questioner. My sound, my laptop, the sound isn't clear.
Okay, in your opinion, what are the benefits of technology advance that you can feel now?
Sorry, not clear.
Jaringanku delete ya.
Can I read the question in chat Zoom?
Please, what you like to write your question on the comment. And sorry. My
Okay,
laptop is beautiful.
I read my question in chat Zoom.
Okay, thank you for your question, Sophia. And then the next question.
I want to ask.
Okay, please, Nida.
Okay. In the 21st century, using robots. Even now, there are these robots which will be replaced by robot. For the example, the robots working in the fast food restaurant. My question, what do you think about the 20th century if human work less because they are replaced by robots? Can you get my point? Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Oh, nunggu barang. Layar mah. Okay, Mbak Fauzia. Did you get it, the question?
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
For the,
I will give you 5 minutes to prepare your answer of the question.
okay, thank you for Abubakar and the questioner. For the first question is about what what application in for educational technology. I think we have ever like join the our class grammar from our lecturer, Ma'am Linda. She she have she have gave us like some question in the Kahoot application or quizzes application, and I think that's that are two examples of uh, in educational technology. And for the second question, benefit technology advance you can feel now. I think it's like in this screen, uh, I can do communication easier and like for giving information to our families or our friends, and I can get more knowledge from maybe read some ebooks or watching some news in YouTube or anything, and we can gain more entertaining from like Instagram. We can share our pictures or videos to our friends. And for the last question, what do you think if robot and robot uh, make the human workless? In my opinion, I think uh, well, even the technology uh, the technology develop, we I think we still need the people for work, like uh, robot. The robot who made the robot is still the human, right? So I think uh, we still need the human work. Did you get my
I'm
point?
sorry, but
Yes.
Fauzia,
Yes.
can you explain so brief answer,
Huh?
because it, our Zoom meeting will be over.
Oh,
Okay,
yes. I think enough.
next the second or third question.
No, I have answer
Oh,
all of them. I have answer all of them.
all of the question.
Yes. How about
Oh,
the questioner?
I think just one question. I'm sorry. Uh, because the Zoom meeting will be over, I I don't open the two session of the question. I just open one session. Okay. For the questioner, I give you the time to respond of the question. For the audience, anyone want to respond the answer of the from Fauzia Nurmalasari? Anyone
For
who
the
respond?
question, yes, I want to respond.
Okay, please.
Okay, for the question number one, for the how about the Zoom on Google Meet? This right in education, Mbak Nurma?
Yes, that's
Yes,
included the
yes,
educational technology.
yes. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much for the answer. And yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Who else? Anyone want to respond? If there is no response, I continue to the conclusion of our discussion. Is there no response? Okay, next is the conclusion. For the note taker, I give you 5 minutes to read the conclusion of our discussion today.
Okay, thank you very much for the chairperson and audience and presenter. The conclusion for this presentation for the presenter is the technology, what is the technology and what is benefits by technology, and then uh, technology is improved by by the the human, and the benefit is many benefits for especially for the education, because now is a pandemic era, and then for the uh, question and answer from the audience is three people. The first is Anissa Aulia Orhoma. His question is example for the educational technologies is uh, education technology, the pandemic era, and then presenter as answer is maybe like the Zoom and Google Meet. That is technology education. And the second, Sylvia Lailatul Hikmah. The question is, what are the benefits of technology advance that you can feel now? And the presenter answer is many benefits, especially for the education, especially for the education. Okay, and the third question from the Nida Fatiha, that is what happened if the human work to replace by the robots, and then presenter answer is that is make easy for the human, because will all works will the easy doing to the human. Okay, thank you from the Notetaker, from the conclusion to the Notetaker. Thank you very much. I beg to the moderator. I beg to the chairperson.
Okay, thank you, Sofian Bima Prabowo, for your conclusion. Okay, I think it's a good presentation, is a good discussion today. Okay, that was the discussion, our discussion today. Next is the closing. Let's say Alhamdulillah together. Alhamdulillah. Okay, I'm as a chairperson apologize for my mistake, and then wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.